to Made in Montgomery. I'm Susan Kennedy. We are at Soldier Fit in Gaithersburg, and this fitness company is not as intimidating as its name may sound. This is boot camp with no sergeants yelling at you. This workout is part of the military-themed fitness program, Soldier Fit. Founded in 2013 by Danny Farrar and his business partner Dave Posen, this venture has carved a unique niche in the field of exercise. But Farrar will tell you up front, his life hasn't been easy. There are battle scars.
I'm a guy, honestly, just like everybody else. I had struggles. I had trials and tribulation. I ended up barely graduating high school, 146 out of 147. I've been homeless. I attempted suicide about 5 years ago.
Before starting Soldier Fit, Farrar spent 5 years as a Montgomery County firefighter and also as a personal trainer. Despite the outside appearance of his life, Farrar says he was not doing well emotionally. And after his suicide attempt, he realized he needed to face his demons.
What I had to find out was I was the architect of my own unhappiness. It was on me. And I blamed everyone around me, but it was my fault. And I think when you have that moment of self-realization that, listen, I am in control of my own destiny. I can turn it around if I want to.
We show up every day to accomplish one simple mission:
to be better than we were yesterday.
Soldier Fit is influenced by Farrar's military background.
I am.
I am.
I am.
Soldier Fit. Are you?
Members are called troops, and instructors wear black hats in reference to the Civil War. And all around the gym, you will see various decorations and props that have a military theme.
That right there is the battle cross. So that represents all of the fallen service members. So we have one of those in every single room.
Okay.
And we also dedicate every room in the building to a fallen service member. So this is dedicated to a Marine.
The goal of the Soldier Fit workout is to give people strength they can use when they aren't working out to make life easier.
Well, the first thing that we did, the kind of epiphany that I had, is if you look at what we call a big box gym, which is your traditional gym, great facilities, awesome places to work out. But if you look at it, the majority of the membership base goes and takes the classes. Yet they have this huge overhead with the treadmills, all of that electrical equipment, the whole 9 yards. And I got to thinking, well, if the classes are the main draw, why can't you have a company that's built completely around the classes?
And those classes give members that sense of community that Farrar says was instilled in him while he was in the military.
And as we've grown, what has really, I think, made us stand out is our mantra, and that's pride, not ego. Pride means I have a deep love and respect for what I do. Ego means that I think that I'm better than you. And when you come in here, it's not about selfies. We don't have any mirrors. It's not about who can put on the tightest shirt or walk around almost naked. It's about, hey, I'm here not only to achieve my own goals, but to help others achieve theirs. And we're very, very community driven. We have a saying that patriotism starts in the community, and the community starts with you and me. And as a result, we want our members to chase whatever it is that speaks to them.
The Soldier Fit phenomenon is spreading like wildfire. The company has grown from 13 members to more than 3,000 with 3 locations and 400 classes a month. Though the thought of boot camp might be scary to some, Farrar says there is no pressure and Soldier Fit is open to all shapes and sizes.
Don't worry about this whole concept of maybe I'm not the biggest, fastest, strongest.
I used to be 300 pounds. I know what it feels like to be picked last, to not be able to, keep up with the other people. And in my eye, if you start a fitness company, you should be there to help the people that need help getting in shape. The people that are in shape, they can come here, get a great workout. We have tons of PT studs and studettes, as we like to call them. But we don't want you to be intimidated to come in, because honestly, a lot of the best inspiration that you're going to find is that person that may be 300 pounds, that person that may have gotten out of shape, have never been in shape in their life, and you watch them when they complete that first warm-up jog, or you watch them when they do that first unassisted push-up, and you get to see that sense of achievement, accomplishment. You get to watch people come in that might not look at you, maybe they look at the ground, but after a few months they're standing tall, their heads up, they're looking at you in the eyes. And we're able to accomplish that because we're not going to yell at you.
We have won Small Business of the Year in Germantown.
Recently, he was the keynote speaker at the Montgomery County Small Business Awards and says this region is a perfect place to own a company.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent place to do business. And, you know, again, what is great about the communities that we're in is that they really, they are what I think America should be and what we should embrace, which is that melting pot. You know, a lot of the businesses that were awarded today, these are international businesses and they're operating right here in our backyard. I think as a country, we need to embrace that more.
Montgomery County tries very hard to promote a culture of wellness that ensures that individuals live healthy lifestyles, eat well, stay fit. In fact, we have been designated for the last 2 years the healthiest county in Maryland. We always want to support businesses that share our values, and we're delighted to see businesses like Soldier Fit thrive and do well here.
Farrar has big plans for Soldier Fit. They have recently sold their first franchise, and he hopes it will be a national franchise within 10 years. This year, Soldier Fit was selected by Men's Journal as one of the top 20 workouts in America. But with all of that growth and publicity, Farrar says he will not lose sight of what makes them stand out from other fitness companies. Today, they offer free memberships to folks who have lost a family member in the war on terror, and veterans receive reduced rates.
You know, when you lose someone like that and you were part of that military family and then you get thrust out into the civilian sector where you don't necessarily have that same core group of people that you had in the past, it can get lonely. It can become a hard process to make that transition. So we want to be there to say, not only, first of all, thank you. I mean, the amount of sacrifice that person has to go through to lose a family member like that, we want you to know we care, we appreciate it, and we're here for you.
And there's the company's nonprofit, 22 Needs a Face, which is aimed at raising awareness of suicide among vets, which averages 22 per day.
So I want you to think about this for a second. We have lost more veterans to suicide than we have in direct combat actions in Iraq and Afghanistan. To put those numbers into an even crazier perspective, Americans veterans make up 0.45% of the nation's population, yet we account for 20% of the suicides in America, which is the 10th leading cause of death in America. Nobody will talk about it. So that's part of our main goal. One of our main goals of 22 Needs a Face is to bring awareness and shed light on this.
Danny Farrar has taken the soldier's way of life and applied it both personally and professionally, making him victorious in more ways than one.
I'm a big believer in don't just say it, walk it.
For more information on Soldier Fit and the nonprofit 22 Needs a Face, visit soldierfit.com.
This is my favorite one. The colors, the yellows and the reds and the blacks.
When we come back, we'll go to Colesville and meet a man who has changed the face of Maryland football.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Ready or not, here I come.
Take time to be a dad today.
At first glance, you'd probably think Peter Frechette is someone who enjoys a good workout at the gym. Well, you'd be right.
I wasn't frail looking.
But what you'd be surprised to know is that he is a successful artist and the face behind one of the biggest deals in college football.
I've been drawing my whole life, and actually I went to college for the more structured, drawing. Mine wasn't as more natural talent, but they showed me the best way to do things in the more technical way. It kind of helped me out. It was good.
This Montgomery County native graduated from Montgomery College with a degree in art. Today, his specialty is airbrushing, something he taught himself after having trouble securing a spot in the class taught at the college. It's a talent that's given him his own identity.
I started doing motorcycle helmets in the biker networking, so I started one helmet, and all of a sudden everyone started calling me. I started doing helmets. I've been doing helmets for about 20 years now.
Then, just a few years ago, Adam Clement contacted Frechette about a vision he had as creative director for Under Armour. Frechette had designed a hockey helmet for Clement. That connection ended up being Frechette's big break. Today, he is the artist behind those flashy Maryland Pride helmets that made their debut in 2013. Did you have like nerves when you were waiting for them to run out?
Yeah, man. Oh my God, it was cool, man. And they showed the video on TV. They had a video. Under Armour did a video.
I saw the video, right, of you painting.
Yeah, and some people knew it was me for some reason because they knew I painted. They go, is that you? actually showed me the Maryland flag on a piece of paper, waving a little bit. He goes, just put it on there and make it wave the best way you think is best. You've been doing this for a while. He trusted me, and I did it, and the first go was a go. That was the first one.
Wow.
So, yes, and then the only thing that changed was the type on the bag. We changed like different colors, different styles, and after that we came up with that. And I came up with a little fade there, and then after that they showed it the athletic department, and they signed off. And, okay, we want the 200 of them, wow. And then just keep reordering. They kept reordering them, like another 100, another 300 last year. It kept going, and they're reordering again.
We're out here in Burtonsville area. It's quite an accomplishment for this humble guy who once did construction and worked as a bouncer. He lives on a leafy corner in Colesville and does his work out of 2 small sheds on his property where we found not only helmets. You do more than just helmets. We're looking at pictures. We have pictures here on the wall. Obviously, you're a sports fan. There's Robert Griffin. But plenty of other artwork on display. Kurt Cobain, and talk a little bit about how the idea for this particular drawing came about.
Well, I like rock and roll, and I listen to rock and roll all day when I paint. It's not done yet. They're pretty big. I think I'm going to scale them down a little bit. It was a little bit too big.
That's amazing. And how long does something like that take?
Right there, that's about a week and a half.
So that's sort of a respite from the helmet, I guess. Yeah. When you've had enough of helmet painting, you can do something more creative like this.
Yeah.
His dream is to eventually open a gallery, but for now, painting helmets is his bread and butter. Frechette also designed and painted 230 helmets for Texas Tech last year, and there are 2 other schools that will wear his work this fall. Maryland also recently placed an order for more than 200 helmets that will feature a new design. With Under Armour, you have a contract to do these helmets. Can you tell us, do you do pretty well?
It's really well. Yeah, I never imagined it would be that well. I'm pretty happy. I didn't really imagine it would be as good as it's going, so. We don't have to talk about numbers, but it's pretty good. This is the Maryland helmet. I'm going to do some of the stages of it. You can watch me do it.
We watched as Frechette put his expertise on display, walking us through the steps of painting one of his hundreds of masterpieces.
So this is a red. Now that's the red part, and after you're done with that, you're done with the red pretty much. Now I'm going to go to the black now. Shade from top to bottom to give it like a depth.
Believe it or not, he hand paints every single one.
I enjoy doing this. You know, it's really challenging.
I don't think people even know that tried and true Montgomery County resident who has created these.
It's so much work involved. When you're done, you feel satisfied. It's a big challenge. Okay, now we're going to go to the letters. That's it.
That does not look hand painted. That looks like something that came out of a machine. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. And of all the helmets he's painted over the years, the Maryland helmet is his most prized work.
This is my favorite one. The colors, the yellows and the reds and the blacks. Actually, it's still my favorite design out of all of them. They asked me at a meeting one time, what's your favorite one? The Maryland one?
The first round he painted were auctioned off, and one now sits on the desk of Under Armour founder and CEO Kevin Plank. So what happens when everybody jumps on the bandwagon and they all want a Peter Frechette helmet? What do you do?
They're high priced, so it's not going to get that escalate to that. They're keeping it that way. It's smart because they're selling them for a lot of money. I think the online Maryland store, they went for $2,000 a piece. That's going to keep them very select, very unique.
In the future, Frechette says he'd like to branch out with his work.
There we go.
And possibly explore some new mediums. But for now, this artist who is content flying under the radar says he's having the time of his life. Well, that does it for this edition of Made in Montgomery. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.